There are three fundamental ways that the others, or non-human intelligence, is going to force us to reevaluate our reality once we passage into a post-disclosure world. For one, the notion that governments can't keep secrets. This is a trope that's been repeated 4.3 billion times by skeptics. No one's going to give a whiff of credibility to that in a post-disclosure world. I would argue that not only does the United States have forensic data establishing we're not alone in the universe, but so do other governments such as China and Russia and the United Kingdom, and they haven't had too much trouble keeping that secret. Number two, our reality is a much weirder than we bargained for. All of a sudden, once it's proven and once it's accepted that there are unknown aerial phenomena flying around in our skies, then the proposition suddenly for landings at schoolyards, including Rua, Zimbabwe in 1994 and Westall, Australia in 1966, no longer is that ridiculous. No longer is that going to elicit eye rolling. People are going to have to start taking that seriously when you consider the high level corroboration involved in those cases. No longer is the proposition of abduction is going to be ridiculous. No longer is the proposition of technology that can change the structure of solid objects so that people can actually be abducted and moved through anything in its way to get them on ships to be examined and returned an hour later. No longer is telepathy going to be ridiculous. Many things that we currently perceive as absolutely ludicrous is no longer going to be perceived that way. The others, this non-human intelligence, is essentially an iPhone being taken back to the 1700s, but it's happening right now. Thirdly, it will be recognized that the technology exists right now that could prevent our world from descending into absolute environmental ruin. Whether we'll ever get our hands on that technology or not is another question, but we will know it exists based upon the level of technology that these craft display without using wings, without using fossil fuel, and being able to bend space and time, harnessing energy levels that we can't even fathom.